Hey you guys, this is Mr. Sal. We're going to look at more on the angles of a triangle. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment about the lesson below. I know that the interior angles of a triangle added 180 degrees, which was part of the objectives from lesson 13. I can find missing interior or exterior angle measures of triangles. We did interior angles on the last lesson, so this one we're going to kind of focus on exterior angles. So in this next diagram, we'll kind of see what exterior angles are for triangles. So there we go. Of course, exterior angles are on the outside, just like you have exterior of your house. So this angle, which we could name angle ZYP, so that would be naming these angles, which we talked about in the last lesson. Remote interior angles are always related to one exterior angle, but they happen in pairs. So for example, ZYP would have these two remote interior angles, angle XZY and angle YXZ. So these two interior angles are remote interior angles to this one exterior angle, angle ZYP. So we already talked about remote interior angles. We need to name an exterior angle and a related remote interior angle. So one of the exterior angles, I think we did this one already, angle ZYP, which would be this angle in red. Its two remote interior angles would be this angle and this one, which are angle ZXY. And the other angle was XZY. So those two purple angles are remote interior angles to that one exterior angle, angle ZYP. Well, we've already addressed this angle ZYP. Let's look at the next angle, angle QZX. It has the two remote interior angles in purple there, which is angle ZXY and angle ZYX. Alright, there's our two angles there that are remote interior with that one green one. The third one, we've already addressed this one and this one, so now we'll go to this exterior angle, angle RXY, and then it would have the two remote interior angles here and here in purple, which is angle XZY and angle XYZ. So those two purple angles again are the two remote interior angles with that blue exterior angle. Show that the measures of an exterior angle is equal to the sum of the measures of the related remote interior angles. Alright, so let's take the first one that we did, angle ZYP. So this angle in comparison or relationship to angle XYZ makes a straight angle, but that red exterior angle, angle ZYP, it has these two remote interior angles in blue. And those two remote interior angles add up to 180 with the purple angle also. Alright, so we got angle ZXY plus angle XZY And then the purple angle, ZYX, which equals 180 degrees. But also, we have the one angle, angle ZYP, plus the purple angle again, angle ZYX. These are a straight angle, so they also equal 180. So the only difference between these two is these two that are the same. So, and both of these equal 180. So that means if we were to take these off, which we can do, then we can see that it doesn't equal 180 anymore, but these, those two remote interior angles with angle ZYP are the same. All that really happened is we combined these two to give this one angle. Take a moment with your partner, we'll give you guys 1 minute, and figure out the measure of angle X. Alright, to find this angle, at this point you guys would be looking at this, trying to find this angle first, which is good. So we know that we got the 14 degree angle and 30 degree angle. Added together is 44 degrees. Now the purple one would be taking 180 degrees and subtracting those two angles, which would be 100, thank you, and 136 degrees. Then we've got this red angle, which is angle X, which is 180 degrees with that purple angle. So we would then take 180 and subtract 136, which is 44 degrees. But something interesting happened on this one. We took this angle and added them to get 44 degrees. But that was the measure of this exterior angle. And we also know that those two interior angles in green there are they're remote interior angles with the exterior angle X. Alright, so when we take two remote interior angles and add them together, it equals its corresponding exterior angle. So this means that when we see a problem like this, I can see that this angle at 44 degrees and this angle at 32 degrees are remote interior angles with angle X right there. So to find X, I would just take 44 and add 32, and I see that these two add up to 76 degrees, and that's my answer for this one. Find the measure of angle X. Present an informal argument showing that your answer is correct. On this one, we don't need this 25 degree angle because these two are going to make up this straight angle right here. So we know that the 79 degree angle plus angle X right here will equal a straight angle at 180 degrees. All we got to do is solve for X by subtracting 79 from both sides. And that tells us that the X is 101 degrees right there. So we didn't need that 25 degrees. That's okay. Alright, on this one, we want to find the measure of angle X. So we can do this by using the remote interior angles, but most of you guys seem to like this way. So we'll find this angle first. So 74 plus 71, that's 145 degrees. So we're going to subtract that off of 180 so that we know the measure of that third angle in purple there at 35 degrees. Next, this line is a straight angle. So it's going to create a straight angle with these two angles, the purple and red one, create a straight angle. So that means that the red angle and the purple angle, if we add these together, we get 180 degrees. And then it's just like we're solving this, solve for X, we'll subtract 35 from both sides of this equation. And X equals 145 degrees on this one. Which we should notice, again, That is the same as the two remote interior angles added together. 145 degrees either way. Alright, find the measure of angle X. Present an informal argument showing that your answer is correct. So last time we found that third interior angle of the triangle. We won't do that in this time. All I'm going to do is take the two remote interior angles, 107 degrees, and add it to the other remote interior angle at 32 degrees.
139.
That's 139 degrees, which is the same as X. So this angle is 139 degrees. Alright, to solve for X on this one, for the most part it seems like you guys would do this by finding this angle right here. And to find that angle we would take 180 and subtract the 156 because that's a straight angle. So what's left over is this red angle here at 24 degrees. So right here in red this is 24 degrees. So if I wanted to solve for X right here, so the three angles added together equal 180. So I can take the 81 degree angle and add it to the 24 degree angle, which is 105 degrees. I'm going to take that 105 degrees and subtract it from 180, which would be all three together in the triangle, and that gives me 75 degrees. So this angle, X, is 75 degrees. Alright, for these next several problems, we're going to use the diagram to find the missing angle measures, and we'll show our work. Number one, we'll find the measure of angle X, present an informal argument showing that your answer is correct. Okay. Angle X is right here in red. It should be a combination of these two purple remote interior angles, which means that it would be 26 plus the 13 degrees. So the red angle there is 39 degrees. Now if we wanted to, we could solve for this angle, but it's not necessary for this one. We'll solve for this missing value X, this missing angle here. So again, we have these two remote interior angles at 52 degrees and 44 degrees. If I add them, then I have this exterior angle at 96 degrees. Alright, on this one, once again we're solving for X. Now here's what we know though, is that 25 degrees plus that angle X would equal that exterior angle here in green, the 76 degrees.
It's 101.
So to solve it, we're going to subtract 25 from both sides, if it was in this equation form. And then we get X equals 51 degrees.
What? Yeah.
So this one was different because it asked for a different type of angle. This was one of the remote interior angles. Alright, let's use this diagram to solve for angle X right here. This one's the same that we've been doing.
79 degrees.
If I take these two remote interior angles and add them, then I should get that one exterior angle. And that is correct. 79, don't forget to label it, it's in degrees. Alright, so this one, angle X, is the exterior angle. Its two remote interior angles are 53 degrees and 52 degrees. So if I add these together, I'll have my exterior angle
105.
at 105 degrees. Alright, same idea on this one. Here's our exterior angle. Here's our two remote interior angles at 48 degrees and 83 degrees. So when we add them, we get angle X. Add 1, carry the 1, 131 degrees. Alright, so what do we get on this one for X?
100 plus 26.
Which is?
126.
That's right. This one would be 126 degrees because we're just going to add these two together. Alright, we want to find angle X on this one right here. So there's a couple ways we could do this. You could use the remote interior angles, but if you wanted to, you could also just figure out what this angle is as well. So 180 minus 26 will give us this blue angle right here at 54 degrees. So the green angle would be 180, which is the three interior angles of the triangle added together. So we're going to subtract the 47 degree angle and then the other interior angle at 54 degrees. And that will tell us the third angle, which is, now it looks like that's going to be 79 degrees right there.
I'm smart.
Now you should have gotten the same answer if you did 126 minus 47 as well. Still should have been 79 degrees. Alright, write an equation that would allow you to find the measure of angle X. Present an informal argument showing that your answer is correct. So the first thing we know is this angle here, Y, and also angle Z. These two are remote interior, so if we add those two together, we should get the one exterior angle out here, angle X. So this is how we would solve for X on this one using an equation. And that's because we know the two remote interior angles equal the exterior angle that corresponds with them.